handicap from the initial start, and we'll see them as they hopefully come very close in the final as you get to the finish line. In lane 1, we have Rocky Mountain. Lane 2, Marin. Lane 3, Compote. Lane 4 is a San Diego Rowing Club, and lane 5 is Long Beach Rowing Association. Again, we'll see a staggered start, so some of the boats will get an initial lead, and the other boats will be coming up trying to challenge them as they come to the finish. This is a final, so the first boat across the finish line will be the champion. They look like they're just about aligned. Again,
gentlemen,
in
we're
lane
waiting
1,
for the timing system to come back to us.
we have Rocky Mountain in the white boat, white shirts and blue caps. We have Marin in the black boat with the black shirts in lane 2. We have Compote out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. They have a black boat with yellow shirts. Then we have the San Diego Rowing Club. They have the red and white jerseys with the gray boat. And in lane 5, we have the Long Beach Rowing Association, and they are in the yellow boat with the white and blue shirts. We have a slight delay as they reset the timing for the course, and we should be off here in just a moment.
We are now proceeding with alignment.
The boats are now getting ready in their final alignment for the start. And they will be calling out the lane that is to go initially, followed by the other lanes until all boats are away from the start line.
You are aligned. I am beginning the count.
They're
1,
aligned, and
2,
the count is
3,
coming.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
And
9,
we have lane 3,
10, 11,
which is Compote.
12,
They are off.
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26,
And lane
27,
1, Rocky
28,
Mountain has left the
29,
start.
30, 31, 32, 33,
And we have
34,
lane 4,
35,
which
36,
is San Diego Rowing
37,
Club, followed almost immediately by lane 5, which is Long Beach Rowing Association, and lane 2, which is Marin. All of the teams are rolling smoothly out of the start area. They're already aligned in their lanes, although it looks as if lane 2, Marin, is slowly drifting closer to lane 1, but the coxswain is working hard to straighten it out. As we get to 250 meters, we still see that we have lane 3, the Compote, which got the initial head start in the lead, and back behind them we have lane 1, which is Rocky Mountain, and lane 4, which is San Diego Rowing Club, and lane 5, which is Long Beach Rowing Association. Very, very close. And now here comes lane 2, Marin. They are putting on a move, and all 4 of these boats are rapidly catching the Compote boat in lane 3. As we're coming up on 500 meters, we're seeing Marin in lane 2 making a strong move to catch and pull ahead of the other boats. They're followed very, very closely by San Diego Rowing Club in lane 5. Then we have, Long Beach Rowing Association in lane 5. And then San Diego Rowing Club in lane 4. And then in lane 1, we have Rocky Mountain. Just past 500 meters, all the boats are making a strong move on Compote, especially lane 2, Marin. They are followed very, very closely by lane 5 with Long Beach Rowing Association. San Diego Rowing in 4 is starting to fade slightly, and Marin is following up at the end in lane 1.
On the water right now, event 32. This is the men's master final in the F category, and it is a staggered start. Quickly, we'll explain that in just a second, but let's look at the lane assignments. Rocky Mountain Rowing Club in lane 1. Lane 2 is Marin Rowing Association. Lane 3, Compote Rowing out of Philadelphia, was the first off of the stake boats. Lane 4, San Diego Rowing Club, and lane 5, Long Beach Rowing Association. Coach Bob Whitford, how do they stagger this start, and how do they determine who goes off and who waits?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we get to witness some pretty cool things going on here. This is Men's Masters F with an asterisk by it. When you look at your program, you see an asterisk. That means it's a multiple category event. When Masters race multiple categories, each team is assigned a handicap based on the average age of that boat. Because we are in multiple categories, this is F, G, H, I, that we have a handicap assessed every boat. What we do in San Diego, the San Diego Crew Classic, is we hold the start where the boat with the largest handicap is the first boat off. We assign the handicap at the start and let everybody race to the finish line with their handicap. There is no calculation when they get to the finish line. The first boat to reach the finish line will be the winner of the Men's Masters F category. All handicap has been assigned at the start. So when you heard the countdown at the starter, what they're doing is actually giving the seconds associated with each handicap at the starting line. There is no false starts, because anybody who jumps, who does not start at the right time, is automatically disqualified. The fastest boats theoretically should be the last to leave, and the older boats should have been the first to leave. If the handicap is right, as they come by the finish line, everybody should be crossing at the same time. We'll see what happens.
They're inside 1,000 meters, and on the current lead is the crew in lane number 2. Check that, all the way outside in lane number 5, Long Beach Rowing Association appears to have a slight edge, and then along the shoreline, Marin Rowing Association. And then we have some open water back to lane number 4, San Diego Rowing Club. Compote, the original starter, the first starter, is in that 4th position, and in position number 5 along the shoreline is Rocky Mountain. As we were speaking, Long Beach Rowing Association on the outside kicked up a lot of white water there, and that may have impeded their progress as they were trying to overtake the crew in lane number 2, Marin Rowing Association, and they lost a little momentum in the process. But they're now back on stroke, and if this all works out, as we mentioned with the handicapping, all 5 crews should be at the finish line at approximately the same time. We know that that is theoretical, and right now it is Marin rowing in lane 2, and out there in lane 5, Long Beach Rowing Association on the current lead. Those 2 crews left at approximately the same time, and they were the last to leave. So these 2 should be the ones that are the most competitive, and it is working out that way at this time. We have some open water back to San Diego Rowing Club, and then comes the Compote crew. They were the first off the line, followed by Rocky Mountain Rowing Club along the shoreline. This is event 32, the Men's Masters F. And as Bob mentioned, if it has an asterisk on it in the program, it's one of these very interesting staggered starts.